Good evening. I'm meteorologist Grace Thornton here at KVUE News. We are expecting some incoming weather for tonight, as well as really heavy rain expected for our Monday morning, especially during those commuter hours. So let's take a look at the forecast, what exactly we are going to be seeing as we head through the night tonight and for tomorrow morning. And then obviously a look at what we're seeing for the details of what we know so far for Tuesday and Wednesday's forecast too, because we are expecting rainfall all three of those days to start off this last week of January, and it could get a little bit iffy in some spots. So outside tonight, we are seeing obviously misty conditions out there. Mostly light rain is being tracked on our radar at the moment. Again, as we head through tonight, mostly showers for those of you going to bed in the next couple of hours here. However, heavy rain will move in tonight and may wake you up a little bit early on tomorrow. We're thinking about 3 a.m. for that start time of some of that heavier rain. Let's take a closer look at our radar this morning across the lower 48, or this evening rather. Dallas, you'll see heavy downpours up that way, as well as Oklahoma really dealing with a good swatch of that freezing rain. Now, thankfully, here in Austin, we've just been dealing with good temperatures, above freezing temperatures for the day today, so we weren't seeing any of that freezing precipitation make its way to the hill country, even though we thought maybe it would be possible earlier on this afternoon. However, temperatures in the upper mid 30s for tonight, probably not even bottoming out in the lower 40s for most. So we're going to stick with the rainfall. We're not talking about any of that wintry precipitation as we head through tonight and through tomorrow. Here's a little closer look at that ground radar. You can see really not a ton of areas seeing much in the way of rainfall for tonight. As we kind of inch into the next several hours here, that widespreadedness of that rainfall could become greater, but likely not until past 12 a.m. tonight. So past midnight is when we're thinking more of that rainfall gets a little bit, a little bit more juice to it out there. So here's a look at 11 p.m. This is kind of our updated high resolution modeling that, goes out hour by hour through the next 24 hours to give us a better picture of what we can be expecting for the next morning or so. So here's 11 p.m. tonight. It looks like we're going to remain in that kind of light area for scattered showers for most areas. You can see that even the hill country kind of being excluded at the moment, but then we shift into that 3 a.m. hour. That 3 a.m. hour is going to be pretty specific for a lot of people. And you can also note that this rain is not incoming from the west where we usually see it. It's actually incoming from the southwest, which is going to give a greater chance for the Austin metro definitely to see a good wash of rain as we head through tomorrow morning. So anywhere from 3 a.m. and let's pass through, we're at 5 a.m. right now. Heavy rainfall continuing, and even through kind of 10 a.m., 9 a.m., it's possible that this could be affecting our commuters out there. Low visibility, as well as obviously ponding on the roadways. The potential for flash flooding is certainly out there as well. So as you head through your morning commute, definitely make sure you're taking things really slow tomorrow and giving yourself plenty of time to get to where you're going. So even by 12 p.m., it looks like we're going to start to see much drier conditions in the atmosphere, but obviously this is not our last round of rain for the rest of our week here. We're going to continue to see rainfall totals through Tuesday as well as Wednesday. So here's a look. Monday, 11 p.m., we'll start to see a couple little showers kind of move back, maybe some isolated thunderstorms move back into that eastern area, which will add on to their rain totals for our Monday, which are going to be pretty significant. Upwards of 3 inches expected for those far eastern counties. Tuesday, 5 a.m., expect another round of rain for your commute on Tuesday. And Tuesday is actually going to be a little bit more off and on for those areas of rainfall. It is going to be a little bit less widespread for Tuesday. However, and we're looking at about an 80% chance for that rain. So let's look at our flood outlooks, because we don't have a severe outlook out for any of these next 3 days, or even tonight rather. We're just expecting that heavy rainfall. So we just have our flood outlooks that have been updated this evening to showcase what areas we're expecting to have the greatest flood potential for tonight. So here's a look at Sunday. You can see much of the Austin area this really follows the pattern of exactly where that rainfall is coming from. So we see that big boost of rainfall before 7 a.m. tomorrow, it's going to travel up that I-35 corridor. So especially if you're taking those larger roadways to get to work, make sure that you are giving yourself plenty of time. So that's our outlook for our Sunday. Our Monday, though, you'll see that it really shifts off to the east end. Those far east counties, Milam County, Lee County, Bastrop County, Fayette County, you guys are going to be in a slight risk for flooding, and that's just a little bit more elevated, about halfway on our flood scale here. So a 2 out of 4. So that is a little bit higher. You know, on our severe scale, it's 1 through 5. So a 2 is not as bad, still below. However, for flooding, it's a little bit greater of a risk. So definitely those eastern counties who are going to pick up a good amount of rainfall through tomorrow. We're going to actually take a look at those rainfall totals right now as we head through our Monday. So again, most of this activity is going to end by noon tomorrow. And then obviously on that eastern end, you guys get a little bit of kickback from some scattered showers and maybe some isolated thunderstorms late Monday night. But here's a look at 12 p.m. We could even be seeing upwards of 3 inches in areas of Fayette County by tomorrow afternoon, and 2 inches in Austin. I mean, also we have this kind of red polygon that you see inching through that I-35 corridor. That could also be areas of isolated upwards of 2 inches, so 2.5, maybe even 3 inches in some places, and that's for the Austin metro. So we could definitely see that ponding, that low visibility as we head through the first half of our workday on Monday. Let's continue on into our Tuesday, because again, there will be another round of rain for our Tuesday morning and then off and on throughout Tuesday afternoon as well. So Tuesday 9 a.m. you can see we pick up again more rainfall for that eastern half, and then also for our central areas as well. For Tuesday, let's take a look at our flood risk as well. And then again, Tuesday night continues to add on. We're just going to keep adding on as we head through Monday, Tuesday, and even Wednesday morning is expected to be kind of our last round of that rain. So here's a look at Tuesday for our flood outlook. You'll see that it continues to maintain those eastern areas for our slight risk for flooding. So this yellow portion really about the same as it is for Monday's flooding outlook. So make sure if you are anywhere from Milam County down to Bastrop County, Caldwell County, Lee County, as well as Fayette County, those areas need to be on the lookout for that flash flooding and potential for, you know, maybe even minor to even moderate flooding for our Monday as well as our Tuesday. As we head into Wednesday, that risk for some flooding does fall down a little bit, thankfully, because we are just dealing with about a 40 to 50% chance of rain for our Wednesday, as opposed to Monday and Tuesday, which are 100% to 90 to 80%. Most of our region will see rain Monday and Tuesday. Here's a little clip for our Monday 6 a.m. You will see that there is some drier air behind here that will start to be ushered in for our Thursday. Thursday is going to be our driest day of the week, and we still have about 20 to 10% chances for rain continuing for Friday and Saturday. So we got to get through this week. It's going to be a pretty wet one out there. So we have a few things to show us kind of for our overall rainfall totals through the next 3 to 4 days. So here's Wednesday 6 p.m. This again is our European model. I'll bring it large for you guys here. Our European model shows us, wow, 5, even potentially over, nearing 6 inches in San Marcos. I mean, those are really significant rainfall totals. We actually need 10 to almost 11 inches of rainfall to completely eradicate the drought here in central Texas. So we may get about half of that or even more than half of that for our areas, or at least some of our areas through this week. And we need 10 to 11 inches for the entirety of the month. So we may pick up a good amount for these next couple of days, and obviously this is going to affect our rivers and lake system, really swelling those lakes and those riverbeds as well. So that's another thing that we really need to be on the watch out for. So that's our European model. However, our GFS model, which means our American model, you know, whatever, this is the picture for Wednesday at the exact same time for the American model. you can see that those rainfall totals are a lot less for our south and east regions. I mean, they're still pretty significant, 3 to 4 inches. That's way more significant than we've seen in some time here in central Texas. However, a little bit less. So we're going to kind of take the two, put them together, and we'll spit out this map here. So we're really expecting those far eastern regions to get the most amount of this rainfall, 3 to 4 inches plus. So it's possible. I think some isolated areas will get up to 5 inches for sure. And then for the Austin area and the kind of the central I-35 corridor, we are expecting 2 to 3 plus inches because, you know, this is really going to be I-35 to the east is who is going to be most affected by this rainfall. However, you'll see that our hill country areas are really left out of this forecast altogether, which will maybe be nice, a little bit of a nice change for them. Usually they're the ones getting hit with all the rainfall as well as that severe weather. So here's a look at our lake levels right now because as I said before, we are 10 inches away from eradicating our drought and we may get up to 5-6 inches in some isolated areas. Now, obviously that's not going to be widespread, but I do think that as we head into this week and we'll get an updated look at our drought on Thursday of this week, I do think we are going to eradicate some of that dry to moderate drought in a couple of places. However, we really do need some work on kind of this central area here. So look at up towards Williamson County. They're still in that extreme drought, but with 2 to 3 to 4 inches in some areas, that could be extremely helpful for these central areas. I think maybe by Thursday, when we get an updated picture of this drought monitor, that we could be seeing eradicated drought, especially for these lower thresholds. So our dry as well as our kind of like moderate areas, I think we'll really see some improvements, as well as I think through that I-35 corridor and those central areas. So Travis County, I think also Hayes County could really be seeing some improvements as well. Maybe even Williamson County being taken down from the extreme to just the severe level there. So we're hoping for good things for our drought. However, we do need additional rain to keep on coming as we head through this next month in order to be able to just, eradicate that completely. I'm pretty sure we've been in a drought for almost about 2 years now, that those extreme categories still, continuing to show up on the map week after week, month after month. So allergy count, we kind of have some good news for tomorrow because, man, we are just going to see such a washout in the morning. I really think that our allergy count is going to go down probably to a medium for that cedar, maybe even low, because I'm not sure we're going to be able to intake much air on our allergy counter to really see what's in the air. So here's a look at that 7-day forecast as we kind of head through the end of the week. We're talking a lot about the beginning of the week, but the end of the week, some nice sunshine will return by Thursday, mostly sunny conditions. And honestly, the whole caveat to this forecast is just like, look at these really nice high temperatures. We're going to be in the upper 60s and 70s for the majority of the week. And while we are going to, break things down a little bit on Saturday and Sunday with highs in the upper 50s, this is not going to be a chilly week for us. I mean, yes, we will have to deal with that rainfall. However, we haven't seen these nice of temperatures, at least this consistent of nice temperatures in a while. It's been obviously a pretty rocky road throughout our last 2 weeks. I mean, last Monday we were looking at low temperatures in the teens and the single digits. So this is going to be nice for those of you who enjoy the more temperate conditions outside. However, yes, of course, our first half of our week is obviously very wet. We're not going to really be able to get away from it. And then Tuesday, of course, so Monday, most widespread. Tuesday, a little bit less widespread because it'll be a little bit on and off throughout the day. Wednesday, we got a 60% chance of showers here. Most of that, I believe, is going to be in the morning hours. So it's not kind of similar to our Monday. Just the first half of the day, you got to be weather aware. And then through the second half of the day, we're going to start to clear things out and really brighten things up for our Thursday. Thursday, we got nice sunny conditions. And then Friday and Saturday, we have another small kind of short wave moving through the atmosphere, which will probably squeeze out a couple of showers here and there, but it's not going to be too big of a deal for those of us who just dealt with, all this rain for the first half of the week. So, and then Saturday and Sunday, we'll continue to track some partly cloudy skies as well as mostly drier weather as we head into the end of the week. So that's the forecast for us, at least for now. Just remember that waking up tomorrow, please take advantage of time because it is going to be, those visibilities can fall pretty drastically when the rain is this heavy like it may be. It may be dropping upwards of 1 to 2 inches per hour. That's the kind of rainfall rates we're expecting with this event, especially for our Monday morning. Again, be weather aware for Tuesday, just because we could see, continuous ponding on the roads, and, those lakes and river systems are really going to swell between those 2 days in particular. We could even be dealing with flood watches and warnings through the day on Wednesday, even though by Wednesday we will be starting to trail off with those rain chances. So yeah, please be weather aware as you head through the morning on Monday, especially those commuter hours. Again, watch out for flooding, low visibility, have those headlights on. We will be back at 10 p.m. on KVUE to go over any fine tuning of the details of this forecast that we haven't gotten to yet, or just that we don't even know yet. Things will still be updated as we head through the night tonight, and some of that rainfall will probably pick up as we head towards our 10 p.m. news. And then of course Shane will be here at 4:30 tomorrow morning in order to give a full update on the forecast, as well as give you guys kind of daily, minute by minute updates of all the rainfall that will be out there as we kind of start the day at 4:30. I know very early for us newsers, tomorrow. However, I know some people do start their day very, very early. And of course that rain may take some people by surprise. So keep it tuned to KVUE, on air, online, and obviously on our streaming services. And we'll let you know the most up-to-date details as we head through the night tonight. Thank you so much. And you can join us tomorrow. We'll probably have likely another stream up as we head through the day as well.